Another tease today by the Wyatt Sicks on X, and this is really interesting. Of course, the person you see sat there we believe to be Joe Gacy. This is interesting because it will mark the final VHS tape from the members of the Wyatt Sicks. Of course, Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy received 2, and then Rowan, Nikki, Dexter have all had 1 as well. Joe is the only member to not have 1 yet. We assume we're going to get it tomorrow night. But obviously the caption for this tweet was what interested people the most. The words, "Let you sin," was posted alongside the photo you see. And of course, "Let you sin," if you move the S next to the U, become "Let us in." For those who may not know, "Let me in" was a catchphrase from Bray Wyatt during the Fiend era. And of course, it was also the name of his theme song as The Fiend, sparking a little bit of speculation that maybe the Wyatt Sicks theme song will be called "Let Us In," maybe. Because although we're now expecting the Joe Gacy VHS tape to be played on Raw, we are also expecting something very much more substantial, the very first match of the Wyatt Sicks, as Chad Gable and the Creed brothers go up against Dexter Lumis, Joe Gacy, and Eric Rowan. That is going to be unmissable. There is so much that we're going to find out in this match. Obviously, the moveset, the wrestling moves they do in the ring, how they make like their full entrance for a match. We haven't fully seen that yet, obviously. Will Nikki accompany them? Will Howdy come to the ring with them? We don't know. And the big one, of course, is the theme song. We've only ever heard the bell. That's all we've ever heard so far, and a few sound effects for the Wyatt Sicks. Is there a theme song? That could be their theme song. We don't know yet. And obviously Raw, as they enter for a match, will probably more than likely give us that answer. And I can't wait to find out. Hopefully it's a banger, man. They really deserve a banger theme song. Now, a lot of people are asking me my thoughts on what I think this represents. Honestly, it's very hard to tell just from the still image. Obviously, the promo tomorrow night will shed a load of light on what this actually means. But I kind of feel very Mick Foley vibes from this, Mankind style vibes. Joe Gacy is sat by himself, sort of facing the wall, facing the corner. I can imagine him sat there cross-legged, feeling alone, feeling shut away. That kind of vibe is what I'm getting from this picture. Joe Gacy used to have Haaland, and Haaland isn't there anymore. Joe Gacy used to have Schism, and the members left, and he set Ava Raine free. Joe Gacy, for all intensive purposes, is alone. And I wonder, with the caption, "Let you sin," or "Let us in," if maybe Joe Gacy took a bit more persuasion than the other members of the Wyatt Sicks to join. Joe Gacy was the only member of the actual Wyatt Sicks who was active on TV. Albeit in NXT, Joe Gacy was involved in storylines up until he vanished, obviously joining the Wyatt Sicks. So maybe Joe Gacy felt like he needed a family, but needed more persuasion to actually join the family than other people. Hence, Joe Gacy let them in. That would counter the theory of the theme song being called "Let Us In" as a tribute to "Let Me In." I could see that not being true. I mean, it's based on nothing more than fan speculation and theory. So it's not watertight evidence. It's pure speculation, you know? So I don't think that matters too much what the theme song's called. But one thing I will say is one thing we've learnt through Nightbird and the Wyatt Sicks time in WWE is most things have 2 meanings. So wouldn't surprise me still. The other thing to mention, of course, is this would be the final VHS tape. We don't actually know what happens after all the VHS tapes are played. I'm assuming if this match is the main event or late on Monday Night Raw, well, that means the Joe Gacy VHS tape will probably be played prior to it, and therefore before they wrestle, all the interviews, therapy sessions, whatever you want to look at them as, have been played prior to their in-ring debut. So maybe we just skip to now them being wrestlers. Potentially, that looks the most likely outcome. Another question raised then is, how do the Wyatt Sicks cut their promos in the future? Right now, we're learning about them, but these VHS tapes that we've seen be delivered seemingly could have been recorded months ago when the Nightbird campaign first started and Uncle Howdy delivered those letters. So, you know, we could be dating those back a while. What happens next? What happens when the Wyatt Sicks get into live time and start doing their promos? Maybe they just do them backstage like we see here with Joe Gacy. Maybe because Bray Wyatt did. When Bray returned, a lot of his promos were focused backstage at the shows. Could we see the return of the Firefly Funhouse? It was shown during Bo Dallas's interview, so we know they can utilize it. But now the Wyatt Sicks have unmasked, it could give a unique opportunity. The Wyatt Sicks are now members. We know who they are, Joe Gacy, Rowan and Loomis. And the thing is, they've got those alternative characters. Why is Eric Rowan Rambling Rabbit? Why is Dexter Loomis Mercy the Buzzard? Why is Joe Gacy the Pig? Why is Nikki the Witch? Why is Bo Howdy? If you're not going to explore them in the ring, then maybe you explore them in the Firefly Funhouse. Maybe that way they're the characters in the Funhouse and then they're themselves in the ring. That would make a lot of sense. It would also be a flip reversal of what Bray did, where Funhouse Bray was in the Funhouse the majority of the time. And of course you saw the Fiend in the outside world. And then you've got the elephant in the room. Something fans have long speculated and pondered and questioned and talked about. And that is the resemblance in ring to Bray Wyatt that Joe Gacy has. Now, will Bo Dallas play on that? Will Bo Dallas blame Joe Gacy for that, potentially? We look at the cryptic meaning of this post of "let us in" and actually could avoid the obvious of "let you sin." Does Bo feel that Joe Gacy may have sinned? What if they don't like the fact that fans likened Joe Gacy to Bray Wyatt? It's very interesting. There's a lot that potentially could be explored. I don't know if WWE will go that far, but I mean, the stuff that they spoke about, especially in Bo's interview and Rowan's interview, was very true world, real life stuff. So maybe they will. And with the members' interviews and the members becoming established, finalising, could that be the call to return Alexa Bliss? If Alexa is involved in the Wyatt Sicks, the next step, as we said, is completely unknown. Why not the next member? Why not the final member? That could be it. It might be weeks and months in the future, but that big step might be the next thing to come, you know? Whatever is to come, WWE is definitely making a massive thing about the Wyatt Sicks debut match, and I don't blame them at all. It's highly anticipated. Triple H even did address it a little bit on the post-show last night when he actually said that you need to save stuff for Raw and everything, and I don't blame him at all. SummerSlam was amazing last night, and I really do feel like maybe the Wyatt Sicks could have been overshadowed by a Roman return, a title change here, or 4 title changes on the show. So I'm excited for this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace!